there forever after as a reference. Please.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks very much, Willie. Just to drill down a little bit more on TSSG and who we are and what we do. We have a very large international program. We'll be talking about that in a number of presentations later on. We are one of the leaders in Ireland in terms of our engagement with the European Union's collaborative R&D programs. That's FP7, Horizon 2020. And in fact, when Willie founded TSSG, it was actually on the back of an EU proposal. So we've been doing it since day one, and it's core to what we do in TSSG. And we've worked with over 450 companies across Europe, large and small, to develop collaborative R&D with them, looking 3 to 5 years into the future, solving tough problems. We also, of course, and Willie mentioned this, have a very strong industry program. And one of our core focuses here in Ireland is leveraging our research and leveraging our work in Europe to provide knowledge and technologies and supports for companies based here in Ireland. And over the last 5 years, we've worked with over 110 companies on projects that had an impact, an economic impact for them in some way. Over that period, we've also created a number of startups as well, including Fein Henry, and I'll talk a little bit about Fein Henry later on. And the other thing, Dave mentioned clusters in Ireland, and we also run a technology gateway, and that's part of an Enterprise Ireland funded program where there's 13 technology gateways across the third level sector in Ireland. Our technology gateway focuses on mobile services, and it's focused on engaging with industry in Ireland, both kind of high potential startup companies that are Enterprise Ireland clients, and also large companies, so IDA clients as well. And engaging with them on our expertise around mobile and mobile cloud, and doing projects with those companies. And everything from small problem-solving projects through the Innovation Vouchers program to large R&D programs through the Enterprise Ireland Innovation Partners program as well. And Denise Manton is here today. Where's Denise? Hello, is Denise here? Yeah. Hi. Sorry, I can't actually see Denise waving. Oh, she's gone. Okay, she just stepped out. So Denise, when Denise comes back in, Denise runs our mobile unit in TSSG. Now, Willie mentioned, of course, that science is critical to us, but also in TSSG, and from day one, we've had this philosophy of, if you like, doing innovation in a box. And innovation in a box to us means doing science and innovation and commercialization, and having people who have skills in each of those areas. So, for example, postdocs and students in science, professional researchers on the innovation side that are looking at tough problems 3 to 5 years in the future, and also engineers and product managers and business development specialists who can engage with industry to provide commercial solutions for them. And for us, innovation in a box is bringing all of those things together so that when we're doing a project for your organization, we can bring to bear people who've got PhDs in mathematics or computer science, along with people who've worked in industry engineering solutions with design and usability, and also with the capability to engineer quality into a solution that we provide. So innovation in a box to us is bringing all of that together. And just to illustrate that a little bit more, the foundation for our work here in TSSG is our research and the production of knowledge and IP. And of course, Willie mentioned that we produce leading edge journals and leading edge journal publications. We produce PhDs and graduates. And building upon that, we have an industry engagement program. And on the left-hand side here, what you're seeing is some of the companies that we're working with on that industry engagement program. And on the right-hand side, some of the activities that we undertake for those companies. And Willie touched on some of the work that we've done through, for example, the SFI funded Fein program, where we've worked with IBM and Cisco and a number of other companies on policy management issues and quality of service issues and quality of experience issues, and delivered real solutions to those organizations as well. And then building upon our research capability, we have this really significant engagement in Europe. I'm working through these European collaborative R&D programs that Kevin Doolan, where's Kevin? Kevin's going to talk about, and also Brian's going to talk about as well. Where's Brian? Hey Brian. And we've pretty much worked with all of the major telcos in Europe through this program. Companies like Telefonica or Siemens, or Telecom Italia, where we've worked collaboratively on technology roadmaps and key problems that they have to look at solutions on a pan-European basis. And these programs develop IP, they also develop knowledge, and they also develop prototype technologies as well. We also, and Kevin I think in particular is going to be talking about this, engage at an EU policy level. So engage in technology platforms and engage in clusters across Europe to work with the European Commission and leading companies across Europe to define the research agenda for Europe over the coming years. And that's a critical thing that we do and are very, very heavily involved in. And then if you think about that stack from research to innovation to policy, what we do in our commercialization programs is we build on the knowledge and we build on the IP that we've created through these programs to bring that back home here to Ireland and to make that available through a number of different types of programs through, for example, Enterprise Ireland's voucher program or Innovation Partners program to do high impact projects for Irish industry. And you see on the left hand side some of the companies that we've worked with there, and on the right hand side some of the key things that we've done. So in addition to delivering projects to these companies, we've also started up companies as well. I'll talk a bit about that in a minute. And of course we work with all of the key agencies here in Ireland as well, particularly Enterprise Ireland, Science Foundation Ireland, HEA and also the IDA as well. So what does that mean actually in practice for you? What it means is we've got some core focus areas in which we can engage with you on projects, either knowledge transfer, technology transfer, or R&D projects with you. Willie mentioned networks and the core areas of networking that we have very strong expertise in, network virtualization, and a really hot area right now, which is software-defined networking. And below that, you can see some of the companies that we've delivered solutions to. So Willie's touched on that, so I won't go into any great detail on that. Also, of course, I mentioned that we have an expertise, a very, very strong expertise. I would argue the strongest expertise in Ireland in the mobile space. And we've worked with lots and lots of companies here in Ireland. And just to pick out a couple of them, InFlight Dublin, we're doing, Denise is doing an amazing project for InFlight at the moment, which is delivering them a brand new platform for delivering movies and entertainment online on flights to major international airline carriers. And all the time doing that, actually protecting the security of the movie content itself. We've also worked internationally, so we've done a number of projects for Disney based out of LA. And we also, of course I mentioned Fein Henry, I'll talk about that in a second, but we also work collaboratively with Fein Henry to deliver solutions to industry as well. Also, communication services has been something that we've been involved in from day one at TSSG in core areas such as VoIP and video, not only in terms of creating new types of VoIP and video services, but also the management of these services, managing the end-to-end delivery, managing the quality of experience of these as well. And that history goes from the earliest days of VoIP and video to technologies such as IMS, IP Multimedia Subsystem, in the telco domain, which is a part of the technology being rolled out for calls as part of 4G at the moment, all the way to WebRTC, which I'll talk about in a second, and more recently then virtual reality services as well. So just on the WebRTC side, some of you may know Alto Cloud. That's Dragon's Den, Barry O'Sullivan's new startup company. And Stephen, hi Stephen. So Stephen's group runs a lot of our communication services activities, and Stephen has delivered technologies to Alto Cloud, which has helped them get to market. We've also worked extensively with 3, and we have our own startup in this space called Codacall. Again, a couple of other core areas that where we can actually provide value to you and your business. We've done extensive work in cloud technologies, again with IBM, companies like Logica, CGI, and also Betapond. Betapond's an Irish company where we're working with them both on cloud technologies, both on an EU level, but also where we've delivered technologies that are value to their business as well, and we've built core platforms in the cloud space for them. Where's Paul Malone? Hey, Paul, so Paul's going to talk about security after me, so I'm going to let you do that one, Paul. And I might just conclude, Willie mentioned that we have a data services, data mining, data services capability. We've worked for companies such as Tektronix, which is a major multinational based out of Dallas, NTT Data, which is a project that Willie looked after personally himself with Eric Robson, which is based out of Tokyo. And also we've worked for Irish companies. Data Fusion is an Enterprise Ireland high potential startup where we've delivered new technologies for them. So just as a case study, I wanted to talk about a spin-out that we did in 2011 called Fein Henry. This is a mobile enterprise cloud platform which is targeted at the enterprises to enable them to build mobile applications for their staff, for their partners, and for their customers. So we did that spin out in 2011. There's now 82 people working in the company, most of those in Ireland, but they also have offices in Boston, in London, in Madrid, and in San Francisco. And quite simply, this has turned out to be one of the leading mobile cloud companies worldwide. And the reason for that is that Fein Henry provides this mobile application platform in the cloud, and this might be a little bit small for everybody, so but hopefully you can see it a little bit, which enables enterprises to develop applications in the cloud, to store data in the cloud, to have business logic and business rules in the cloud, and to scale that and also do analytics around it. And of course, one of the key things if you're producing enterprise mobile applications is integration and secure integration into enterprise back-end systems, and also these days, of course, cloud services as well. And package all of that up and then deliver it down to a multitude of different devices. And a good example of the work that Fein Henry has done is that last year they announced, as public information, they announced a major multi-million-pound project with Network Rail in the UK. And so if there's a fault on a line in the UK at the moment, there's somebody out there fixing that fault on the line with a mobile platform, that's a mobile application on iPad or iPhone or Android device that's built on the Fein Henry platform. Now, TSSG and Fein Henry are also working together to deliver solutions to industry here in Ireland. We're currently working with a major international BPO based out of Dublin. And what we can do is jointly we can help you with your mobile strategy. We can also help you with your application design and development and the rollout of your mobile strategy and solutions on an industry-leading platform. And of course, separately from that, TSSG does work independently, and separately TSSG can help you with your mobile needs. Denise can, hi Denise, with your mobile needs through Enterprise Ireland program, through innovation vouchers, innovation partners, and also contract R&D as well. How am I doing on time, Dave?
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just to highlight the communication services where we do have a long track record as well, and I'll just mention WebRTC. And if you're not familiar with WebRTC, think of Skype. And Skype does voice and video. But you've got to download Skype to your PC or your phone, so it's something you have to physically download. So WebRTC is a technology where you can do voice and video and collaboration, but you can do it directly from the web. You don't need to download any technology. It's part of the HTML5 specifications. Now, once you don't have to download a client, once you can do it from the web, it opens up a huge range of possibilities. In fact, it's quite disruptive. And one of the areas we're working with Alto Cloud, helping them use WebRTC to deliver new types of voice and video and collaboration services into the call center and contact center space. And you know, if you think about it, one of the key things you can do here with WebRTC is suddenly bring together, if somebody's on your website looking to contact somebody in your organization, bring together their audio, their voice stream with their context on that website. What are they doing? Where have they been? What are they looking at right now? With also, for example, their social network data. And bringing all of that together provides great opportunities for better customer service, and better understanding what your clients need. And so I mentioned we're supporting AutoCloud, and we're also working with Codacall. Codacall is our spin out in this space. And what Codacall does, in theory, WebRTC is quite an easy thing to do. It's just a series of APIs and HTML5. But in practice, doing voice or video is actually quite a complicated thing. You've got to create a session in which your voice or video channel is managed by. You've got to manage that end-to-end communication. That end-to-end communication may go through multiple endpoints, and you need to ensure that the call is set up, managed, and torn down properly. And what Codacall has done is produced a back-end as a service platform that enables all of that management of WebRTC. And we're currently working with Codacall to deliver that solution to a number of markets. So web calls for classified websites, platform as a service for telcos and the carrier industry in the US, and also web care and the travel affinity industry. And so what I would say about that is, if you think about WebRTC, it's a very disruptive technology. Many organizations can use it in many ways. And we have the core technologies in that space. Stephen has those core technologies. We can work with you with Codacall, but also Stephen can work with you independently through some of these enterprise Ireland programs that I mentioned to deliver technologies or deliver innovation in a box for you. So, innovation in a box, what it means, just to kind of recap what it means for us, is it means bringing all of this science and all of this innovation capability and our capability to build real technologies and bring those to the market, bring all of that together for you and your organization, so that when we put together a project, where necessary, you have people with very strong PhDs in mathematics, you've got engineers, you've got design people involved, and you've got software professionals involved, all to give you a great solution to your particular needs. And we've delivered a number of different types of services. I've spoken about Fein Henry and Willie's spoken about IBM. Maybe I might just to wrap up, talk a bit about Data Fusion. So Data Fusion is an Irish Enterprise Ireland client, Irish Enterprise Ireland client that are experts in the data mining and social network analysis space. Or sorry, let me go back. Data Fusion are experts in the criminal intelligence space. They provide systems to the Criminal Assets Bureau here in Ireland, and they look at persons of interest. We, of course, have an expertise in social network analysis. And so Data Fusion came to us looking to see, they currently use kind of closed data sources such as Port Authority databases and things like that. They came to us looking to see how we could augment their systems with open source intelligence, social network analysis, and also open data on the web. And we built them a platform that really extended their capabilities so that they could now take a person of interest and get a 360-degree view of the information around that person. And in the criminal intelligence space, we were also able to do some visualizations with the company as well. So we could pick a person of interest and visualize their relationships to others in their network. And for example, when you're looking at drugs, we could make a pretty good determination as to whether somebody was on the street doing drugs, or was a key lieutenant, or was kind of like a drug kingpin based upon their network, and visualize that as part of this application. And that company has taken that and used it in many different domains. Of course, also we'll be talking later on about the work that we're doing with eDrive at the moment, and Kevin, we're very excited about that work and delighted to have you here as well. And hopefully you can attest to our innovation in the box capabilities as well. So really just to wrap up, I've kind of mentioned some of this stuff. In terms of working with TSSG, this is kind of a busy slide which hopefully you'll read afterwards. But I suppose the key thing is, first of all, the first thing we want to do is get the message out there through events like this as the types of capabilities we have and what we can do for you as an EI client or an IDA client, or a startup business that is not yet affiliated with one of the agencies. And then understand your needs, and this is something that Willie touched on. Our goal here is to understand your business, your needs, and see how we can help and bring our expertise to bear. Second phase then is actually to maybe do something like an innovation voucher where we can come in and actually look at a particular problem space that you have. And Paul Malone's going to talk about a really interesting use of innovation vouchers in a second. Third phase then would be something like the Innovation Partnership Programme, where we can do a larger project, and Kevin's going to talk about the Innovation Partnership Programme that we're doing with eDrive. And then we also have a technology licensing capability as well. If you look at the wealth of research and innovation that Willie and Kevin and the guys are doing, and also if you look at what Paul and Denise is doing, we build technologies that we think will have market application as well. We bring them to market through startups, but we also license them to Irish companies as well. So there's also an opportunity to license technologies from us. And I suppose just to hand over to Paul, just to say that